Welcome back again to Ambassador Show Live. And our live today, I have given it a special name, Back to School Online Rally. This is something that I've been doing for the last 2 years. Anytime or every time before the students goes back to school, I've always been having an online rally where we talk one-to-one-to with the teachers, with the parents, with the students themselves. And today, feel treasured and have a pleasure to join our live discussion where I myself am the one doing the facilitation. So you are highly welcomed from wherever you are. You can invite somebody, you can invite your schoolmates, you can invite your colleagues if you are a teacher, you can invite your fellow parents if you are a parent. And I will start by wishing you a happy New Year 2025. May you get the best in this year. May all your wishes be granted by God this year. May you receive the favor of the Lord in all what you are doing this year. One of my prayers that I always pray, I don't forget to mention it, is about the favor of the Lord. You know, sometimes we do a lot of very many things. And if you have the favor of the Lord, you will go a higher step than the others. So this time, I pray that may you have the favor of the Lord. Whether you are a parent, you are a student, or you are a teacher, this facilitation is ours. This talk is ours. Me, you, and all of us together, let's have this particular talk. It's going to take us 40 minutes to 1 hour, more or less, but be with us. So, personally, my profession is, I'm a teacher, but I've also specialized in giving talks, making students realize their hidden potential. Most of students are there, they don't know that they are very genius in nature. They just need a small ignition so that they can realize that they are doing well, they can do well, they can pursue whatever they want, their professions, what have you. Now, starting with parents, you know, you've been at home with the students for the last 2 months, if I'm not wrong. You've been with them for many weeks, both day and night. And now, most schools are opening next week on a day. Tuesday, Wednesday. In fact, some are starting on Monday. They will start going to school. They will start doing their budget for school and very many other things which are yet to come on the way. Have you sat down with your kid? Then you ask the following questions. Mulise, in school, do you experience any challenge? Is there any challenge you are experiencing in school? Just have a talk with your kid. Have you ever asked that question? Akakujibu. Number 2, have you ever asked your kid any challenging subject in school? If I may ask you, have you ever done the same? Have you ever asked your friend, your kid, about his or her friends in school? Just a question I'm asking. Umemuuliza ukiwa shule, what is the game do you play in school? Do you know even the talent that your kid is participating in school? There are very many things that, as a parent, you just need to have a talk with your kid. Have you ever even checked on his or her school uniform? I'm sure kuna mzazi tu mahali hajaangalia uniform ya mtoto wake, hajaangalia iko aje, how is it, you know, such things. Yeah. Hata hujamuuliza ako aje. By the way, saa zingine kuna mtoto mwenye ni mgonjwa na mzazi hajui. Some sicknesses, the children, they are shy to do what? To say it out. But as a parent, using your own experience, you can talk with your kid. he or she opens up on the same. Are you together? They can open up very well on the same. Kuna wengine mnaulizanga tu about the uniform. Unaangalia tu yes, akona trouser, akona skirt, akona blouse, akona sweater. And some of these people, they even fear to ask you that they need the inner clothes. Remember the generations they are in. They even can't ask that I need this and this. There are some clothes you need to talk with them. Do you have all of them? Check if they are there. That is between a parent and the child. Yani kaini chini muongee. Yesterday I posted and I said that there's a difference between being a parent and being a friend. Some parents in this 21st century, they have forgotten their parents. They are now befriending their children. They are more of friends than a parent. To be a parent, friendship should be aside. Kuwa na urafiki ikae kando. You don't need to be a friend at this time. You need to be a parent where you inspire action, where you give guidance, where you give directions. You know, between me and my friend, I don't give directions to my friend. We have a discussion. I don't give instruction because I don't have the authority to instruct my friend. But to my children, I need to give instructions. This is how it should be. But if friendship surpasses you being a parent, then there are some things you will miss at a point. Let your child have his or her own friends. You remain in that position of being a parent. Remain in that position, just remain a parent. Don't mix the two. But of course, in being that parent, you be what we call a friendly parent. Instructions are given in a friendly way. Everything is given in a friendly manner. So you still have some days before it ends, before he or she go back to school. And I'm also addressing some of our children are the scholars in wherever they are. Jioni akifika, muulize how was the day? How is your teacher? By the way, some parents even don't know the names of the teachers of their children. Wanashangaa, how? They don't know. Hata wajui class teacher nani, but I'm hoping from now going forward, you know the teacher, interact with the teacher. There are some things the teacher will tell you that yourself, you don't know about your kid. By the way, who spends more time between you as a parent and the teacher? Who spends more time with your kid? You will realize that it is your teacher. And sikatai unamjua mtoto wako, lakini at some point there are some things the teacher knows more than you about your kid. Kuna vitu anazijua kukuliko. Now, if you befriend that teacher, talk with the teacher, have, others sometimes just make a call. Msalimie mwalimu. The teacher can tell you about your kid. Ako hivi. Now, you will have to know your kid well. Usitegemee. Remember, your kid can pretend in your presence. Bwana ata pretend mpaka ushangae. I've been a teacher in several schools. Mzazi anaitwa, anaongeleshwa, this is how it should be. Anasema no, hiyo tatabia si ya mtoto wangu. Ni sawa, akiwa home anakujua. So yani huyu tabia yake akiwa nyumbani ni nyingine, akiwa shule ni something else that you don't know. Hena akiwa home, anasamua tu akiwa home akuwe mpole. Yani ile you cannot even tell. You cannot even, hata kuuliza kidogo, lakini akiwa shule anakuwa jeuri mpaka unashangaa, is this really my kid? So talk with your teachers. They will tell you things that you may not be knowing or you know about your children. Yes, go to school, see where those even know the class. Kuna mzazi anajua mpaka mtoto wake anakaa namba ngapi, desk, I mean ukimbanga kwa row ako wapi. They know very many things about those ones. So as a parent, I've told you, just connect between the student and the teacher. It's good to in all the cases you are not there. Nimelipa school fees, nimemalisia hapo, everything is okay. No, there is something extra you need to do. Be in between the teacher and the student. I always tell the students also to be in between the teacher and the parent. And I'm also telling the parent, be in between the teacher and that particular student. Hata hawezi jua ya kwamba unaongeanga na mwalimu. Wewe hiyo ni yako na mwalimu, pigeni story. Ukifika nyumbani, muongee naye, mwambie hata kitu moja kenye alifanya kwa shule, akifikiria hujui. Mwambie ile siku ulikataa kufanya assignment ya CRE, ukatolewa nje, ni nini ilikuwa imefanyika? Shanga, so ilijulikana that kuna so atashanga, apart from this moja madhei ama dada ameamua kuulizia about mimi kutofanya assignment, what else can he or she be knowing? Na from there, hapo ndio sasa utamwona ameanza wanazamanga kuficha white ama kutulia, kushtoka kidogo, because umemwambia kitu moja kenye alikuwa expect. Yeye anashangaa how did it came about that mama anajua ya kwamba si kufanyanga assignment. So in fact there is a bar, I will not mention the name because maybe he may not be comfortable on the same. Yetu anakaa tu, anakuja tu kwa ofisi, anakuja shule, anaingia kwa deputy, anapika story na deputy, anatafuta class teacher, anapika story na class teacher, anaingia kwa mwalimu mwingine, yani kuongea. So by the end of the day, amejua shule venye iko, amejua mtoto wake venye iko, amejua vitu vingine about mtoto Kenyatta, mtoto ajui kama mzazi alikuwa shule, na anamwachia pocket money, anamwambia class hii utapea mtoto baadaye. That's not what we need to be doing as parents, and many other things which I'm going to discuss today in our talk. I told you we are going to spend like 40 minutes to 1 hour for our talk. Yeah, so just be in for us. We need to have a proper communication. We need to foster a good communication between the 3 channels. I said we have 4. In education we have stakeholders: student, parents, teachers, the government. But for today we are talking about the 3 of them. So if we ensure effective communication between parents, teachers and students, there will be no suspension in between. I'm not talking about suspension at mwanafunzi amekosea Z. I'm talking about there will be nothing suspended. Effective communication in the 3 systems of the teachers, the parents and the students will save us a lot of many things. First of all, I've talked about parents, and the main thing about parents is to offer support. They offer the support. They're the one. Okay, I will talk about the teachers as mentors, but also parents are the biggest mentors and the first teachers of the children. That is the first thing that they're doing. They're the first teachers and the first mentors to the children. The issue of morality, the issue of discipline, the issue of behavior, character, and all those are mainly taught by the parent. Teachers, a teacher can decide. I'm not, don't beat me in this. The teacher can decide to strictly stick to maths. Anashika, Jackie, maths. the issue of discipline, the issue of character, the issue of morality, all those, anaamua afunge macho na afunze kitu aliambiwa afunze. But of course, many teachers will focus on the issue of discipline, character, because they determine how that student will absorb the maths you're teaching in class. But in case that the teacher decides to stick to subjects, chemistry, physics, maths, English, who will teach that child the issue of character and discipline? You as a parent, you are the first teacher to that particular child. Sawa. Remember, after a given level, mwalimu atarelease huyo mwanafunzi aendelee na wengine, hata kuwa na yeye ndio utakuwa na huyo mtoto for the longest period of time because ni mtoto wako. Akiwa na character mzuri, akiwa na discipline mzuri, you are the one to benefit the most. Akiwa na character mzuri, tabia mzuri, walimu pia hawatateseka na hizi vitu mingi za kusumbuana hapa na pale. So you are the first teacher. Now, as a parent, I don't know how to beat this. They say that a monkey can do what you are doing. A monkey sees something, then applies it. So I always challenge myself that what kind of a parent am I? If the monkey, I'm not calling our children monkeys, if the monkey can see and do something that it doesn't with the eyes, so we have the highest challenge in this world as parents to ensure that the monkey that sees will do exactly what we are doing, and at the end of the day, we are going to be happy for the same. Just imagine. This one's somebody else was asking somewhere. If you are a child, let's say, okay, I'm a man. If my son picks exactly my behavior, will I be happy? Because in most cases, they will I'm doing. If I know how to answer someone in a very disciplined way, if I know how to cool down when things are not working well, if I know how to discipline somebody, if I am disciplined myself, if my child follows the same, will I be happy? Will you be happy if your child copies exactly your behavior? That was a challenge we were given somewhere because we are the first teachers to our children. A very good challenge. And we are the one that offers the support. You're the one who pays the school fees, of course. You are the one who, any support. That's I know. Even in most schools, we pay what we call the medical fee. Lakini, mtoto wako akiwa mgonjwa, bado utakumbuka ulikuwa umelipa medical fee? No. Unaendanga unamchukua because you are the main support of your child. You are the key pillar of your child. Yes? School fees, everything, whatever the child needs, you are the one that you are supposed to provide that particular support. Even at home, after mtoto ameenda shule na amerudi jioni. For me, I attended boarding school and day school. I know how the two looks like. Boarding school has advantage to the children whose parents do not provide a conducive learning environment. That is for a boarding school. A day school is a good place if the parent offers a conducive learning environment. Yani hapo nyumbani, simaanishi lazima kukuwa na study room. No, hata mahali mnapikia tu. Sema hata you are staying in one room. Pale kando ni kitchen. Pale kando ingine ni iko na bed. So hapo kando huku kuna meza iko na viti mbili, uko na watoto wawili. Sawa? Then hakuna kupikana, hakuna kupiga kelele, hakuna kufanya nini. Mom is cooking there. Yeye ako hapa na kitabu anasoma. Unamuuliza kama kuna kitu anataka. Ukitaka kusupport unaambia so and so, siweke book kando kidogo. Weka hiyo kitabu kando kidogo, niletee sahani pale. I mean, a very conducive learning environment. So one of the main roles of parents at home to provide conducive learning environment. Huwezi kuja at a given time wakati mtoto ako anasoma ama anafanya nini, unaanza kelele, unaanza kumuuliza maswali zingine. You provide a conducive learning environment. That is for a parent. And that's how to provide what? Support. Also, some of parents are learned. Help them how to do homework. Show them. In fact, give them a timetable. Okay, majority of the parents at this century, you know very well how a timetable can look like. Mkumbushe, mwambie imekaribia siku 3 siku 4 kwenda shule. Let me check how you've done the assignments. How ila atamaliza, make sure maliza, msaidie afanye nini? Amalize. That is the support. As a parent, you need to provide. Also help them with the other support that you need to do. Mkiitwa shule because of a school event, as a parent, fanyaje? Tokelezea. Attending school events, that is a very big support that you need to know it exists. Also, do some communication with the teachers. Proper communication with the teachers. That is a support again. Some times back in a certain school, I was teaching in Machakos. Children will come and tell me, please come and say hi to my mom. The mama, the dad, could be atakata na mwalimu, but the child will be so happy that, oh, so teacher anajuana na wanaongea na mamangu. Na wewe uko pale, you are running away. You don't want even to be associated with your kid, to the teacher. No. Please be there. Be there because it's one of the supports that you need. That's about parents. You are the key pillar in this. You are the center one. You are connecting the two. It's like now, the student is your business. You are investing in the student. And the teacher is the manager of your business. So you must be in between. You must be listening to the teacher on how we can improve on the business. What is lacking in the business? Why is the business going down? What is the strength of the business? What is the weakness of the business? Improves on the weakness. Take advantage of the strength. Now, to the teacher is a manager of your business. We are doing investment, by the way. You can imagine, just imagine from the beginning of education, from the beginning of PP1, PP2, all the way until he or she graduates in the prestigious university that we know in this country, outside the country, outside Africa. You can imagine how much will you have spent. And if I may ask again, it may be over $1 million. That's a fact, especially for those people whom they're studying in private schools. Now, you can imagine again, which business can you start with money over 500,000, over 1 million, 200,000? There are business we can start with 3,000, 4,000, even 1,000. Now, you have invested your 300,000 to that kid. That's a very big investment. It's like a business. But now, the profit we want in this business is that kid to stand on his or her own. Isikuwe tena ako 35 years but pato ni mzigo kwako. Hapana. The role and the happiness of every parent is to ensure and see that my child amejisimamia mwenyewe pale kando. He is 28 years old, he is doing on his own, he is driving, hata kama aendeshi gari ako tu kwake, anaweza kujifeed mwenyewe, amekuondokea. If he can provide back to you, well. If he cannot, as long as hakusumbui tena. Are you together? That is what or that is the happiness of every parent. Yeah. So now, as a teacher, you are a mentor. A teacher, you are supposed to guide the student to the proper direction. When the parent is not around, you are the parent. Apart from being a teacher in class, you are also a very great parent. You are supposed to make the student realize the potential in him or in her. That is the role of a teacher. There are students who are down. They even don't know what the potential they are carrying. As a teacher who is always with the student, find in your own ways, because that is your area, that is what you studied for, that is what you've been doing, and you will still do it. Let the student realize the potential that they are carrying. Do not let the dream in that student die. Ignite that particular dream. Let them proceed knowing that they can do it. You are the one to offer career guidance to the students in school. You are the one to make them, even when they're out of the form 4 and they're proceeding, they know what they're supposed to be doing. That students will never forget you for so long. A student yesterday or the other day texted me akaniambia, I remember those days when you were teaching us physics. Right now, I'm in Australia. Let me not mention her name. Right now, I'm in Australia. I've been at some point. I'm following your programs, and I'm so grateful. For she mentioned all the things that I was guiding her through. In fact, I didn't know she had gone outside the country, but she came back and said, and I was so happy. So, if we can guide as many as, if in a class, not just a master to be the class teacher, I mean any other teacher in that class, you can just be a mentor, be a role model, everything that the student requires. Outside your teaching areas, outside your maths, outside your history, outside your geography, you can deviate kidogo. Deal with life. Explain some things that are not there in the syllabus. Talk with them, guide them, give them experience. Because right now, as a teacher, you remember those days when you were in school. What were your challenges? How did you overcome them? And that is how you are touching their lives. Give them such stories. They need to hear. They need to know where they're heading. Give them. There was a script I was writing last week, and there's a sentence I said this, that if you take our brains in the future, our motivation, our inner being gets ignited if whatever is ahead of us is good. For example, if I know very well after a certain training, I will get employed and I will earn a certain amount of money. Then while I'm doing this training, I will be highly motivated because I know what's ahead of them. As a teacher, keep on reminding. I know they know, but keep on reminding them the good things. Keep on reminding them what is awaiting them, for that student who will work hard, for that student who is going to stand the ground and study and pursue what he or she wants. Remind them. They need to know that, because it's going to ignite something in them. As a teacher, I'm saying you are a big role model. A role which is also a role of parents. You are a role model. Thank you so much, those who are in PMK. Thank you for joining us. You can tell me where you're watching me from. Yes, we are just talking. We are just giving some small talks before the students goes back to school. It's next week. It's been a whole 2 months. 2 weeks. 2 months, 2 weeks. I was counting yesterday and I realized that it is 2 months and 2 weeks. We've stayed at home. Teachers had already disabled the alarm. Now this weekend, put back your alarm. Walimu ni wakati wa kurudisha alarm, wanafunzi ni wakati wa kununua saa mzuri, sio kama hii. Just have a nice watch. It costs 300. You can alarm so that you can manage your time very well. At the end of this session, I will talk about time in 5 minutes, how you manage your time, and I will talk about what you are supposed to be doing in school. So back to you, teachers. You are a mentor. You are a role model. You are a motivator. You need to inspire those students of yours. Let them be the best. By the way, it's only it's the teachers who will be happy if your student will do well than you. There are two scenarios. I was talking to I was in a given school somewhere there, and I was asking two students, after those years, I don't know how many, but you need to be better than your teachers. Then I told them, just pick one teacher in your mind. Think about him or her. The way you are reading, are you likely going to be better than that particular teacher? So we are the beings whereby we would want our students to be better than us later on. Even if you come back to us as a teacher, you will be a better teacher than me. Even if you come back later on as a motivator, you will be doing better than me. But you will be doing other greater courses outside there. Why? Because we are wishing you all the best. We want you to acquire and achieve the best in your life. So as a teacher, we are there to motivate these young people. Some of the kids would even don't want to go home. Why? The kind of parenting they receive at home is worse, it's not good. So the best place these people are is in school. So sometimes understand them, know their environment. For me, any class I teach, I will always take time to know the background of each student. Kama nyumbani naye mimi na provide a very rough environment, at least a balance between softness at home and roughness within me now. At least afanye nini? A balance. If I realize that home ni kubaya, ni kuna waka moto, sitawasha moto ingine huku na kutuliza. I make sure that you land a soft ground on me. So at least we balance the equation. And that is how it should be. There was a day a student, in a certain place, kuja akaniuliza, is it possible that during this half term I remain in school? Na no, but people are very happy they're going home, wanaenda kusalimiana na mandugu zao, majirani, wazazi, your classmates wenye mlikuwa nao primary. Why? Asema no, mimi I don't like home. So kuongea I realized it's true, hakuwa anataka nyumbani because of some reasons here and there. So I realized that school was the best place for that person. There was a day, the government wanted to propose, which is good, no problem, but there are some reasonings we need to put in. If we scrap out boarding schools, whose homes right now is not conducive for them to do learning, Some students are running to school because it is safe. At the same time, day schools are good because a parent is able to fully monitor the behavior and how the child operates. But for me, I'm saying, whether it's a boarding school or a day school, a teacher will always remain to be a role model. A teacher, your role cannot be taken by anybody else. You are the one who is doing that one. You are supposed to inspire a lifelong process in learning. Yes, be a good role model. So the other thing is, now let me get to students. I think I've talked about teachers, I've talked about parents. Now let me get to students. Students, your role is one. All this talk is about you. All this I'm talking about parents is about you. All this I'm talking about teachers is about you. One thing that I need to ask you is, you need to embrace the learning, the growth, and you need to set very realistic goals that we are going to do and follow as far as learning is concerned. All these things, even me, I think most part of my life will be a matter of education. Whether I'm educating students, whether I'm educating... So all this surrounding is about students. Yeah, so do what? Be receptive. Receive what we are talking about. Usikuwe mwanafunzi mwenye anangoje tu masomo ishe, sijui nini ifanyike, alafu baadaye uanze kusumbua watu. I've seen kuna mtu anapatanga akili after form 4. Sasa hiyo hata mpaka vitu anaongea unaona the reasoning ako nayo. Hii reasoning angekuwa nayo ingetusaidia. So mjanga why? So but as early as now, as a student, embrace. You cannot tell me the combination of a parent a teacher are meant to ruin you. No, we are not meant to ruin you. But most of you, again, you think that we are there against you. No, we are there for you. And because you are a student, sometimes we have to work with all means to ensure that you get to the right path. Whether forcefully, whether by diplomacy, whether you like it or not, we will always direct you to the right path. So hakuna mtu akona na ubaya na mwanafunzi. It's all that akili yako kidogo iko kidogo. You know, for us people, we are above 20s. We have seen life. Your parents have seen it. We know the right thing. We know the wrong thing. When we see you doing the wrong thing, we will tell you. When we see you doing the right thing, we will encourage you. And if we give you a warning that this thing that you are doing is not right, and you are not stopping it, you think we will keep quiet? We will use all means. Ingine, wale watu walizaliwa 80s and 90s, sometimes you could sit down and imagine if your parent is really your parent. Unashangaa hii punishment amenipea ilikuwa ni punishment ya ukweli ama alikuwa anataka kuniua. Mpaka hata unashangaa, na hata kuna mwingine anaweza uliza mzazi wake, mbona umenitreat ni kama mimi si mtoto wako? But in real sense, mzazi ana ubaya. Mzazi tu akutua hapo anataka anakutakia the best. Mpaka hata saa zingine mzazi anatumia sababu atakwambia baito enda kuua. Changa kuniua. I mean, it is just a matter of we want you to get the best. So in all these forces we are applying, what are we saying? Receive them with gratitude. By the way, there are some children, they have no one to correct them. They have no one to direct them. I was listening to a reggae song. Kuna kamstare fulani tu nilipik. I know most of you knows it, and I will just say it. Kama hauja escape, ebu enda usikize leo. Swali hiyo ngoma imeenda ikafika mahali ikasema children growing without parents. Who is gonna tell them this is wrong? I mean, just that line alone, it made me realize something. Who gonna tell them this is wrong? Hata ukiandika hivyo, who gonna tell them this is wrong? But you will get that song. Children growing without parents. Who gonna tell them this is wrong? Wewe uko hapo. Uko na elder brother, sister, parents, all of them glued on you to make sure you are doing the right thing. Na unataka kutukasirikia. We will use all means. Even if the government is telling us that we should not beat you. For me, if you ask me, hii ni maoni yangu, si maoni ya mwingine. Ukijasa na mimi nakutwanga. Hiyo lazima tu ingie tu line vizuri. Because we want the best for you. Diplomacy applies when ukiongeleza mwanafunzi mwambie fanya hivi anafanya, fanya hivi anafanya, wachana na hii anaachana. Kwanza kuna hii kitu kingine, you tell an African child don't do this, the child will go ahead and do it so that aone kitu utafanya. Gone are those days. The European people, because there are some things I don't agree with them, but in their own way, you know, for them, an instruction remains instructions and they follow rules. Yes, so as a student, why don't you follow rules? Ikifika time yako, utakuwa mzazi pia. Come and apply your own rules. But for now, just embrace. All these we are discussing are meant for you. Donald, thank you for joining us. You can keep on with us and share with your students. You are also a teacher? Yes. So what am I saying? In school, follow all the things that your teachers and parents are telling you. Set realistic goals. Know your target. Where I think, such in my previous video, academic excellence, I think I talked about it widely. I talked about personal goals. I talked about realistic goals. I talked about time management. I talked about very many things. But I'm going only to add some few things or repeat some few things that we said during those times. And one of the things is what we call peer pressure. Peer pressure applies across all levels of life. We have positive peer pressure and we have negative peer pressure. Positive peer pressure, Nile, I have seen you waking up early in the morning every day. You go and read. I will also wake up very early in the morning. I go and read. I have seen you having a file, revising, doing this and that. I will also go and do and apply the same. That is what we call positive peer pressure. I see you do something good. I envy you, and I also go and apply the same. That is positive peer pressure. But I see you doing something negative. I see you trying to engage in what do we call this? Dawa za kulevya. Then I want to be like you. That is negative peer pressure. And it is always, there's a way. Those who are giving talks, they always try to, when we talk about peer pressure, it always appears to be negative. It's not negative. It depends with what I want. If I pick something good from you, I'm being pressured by my peers or my colleagues, but is it helping me? Yes. That is positive peer pressure. But if I pick something bad because you're doing it and it's affecting me negatively, I will name it negative. So embrace positive peer pressure in school, at home, everywhere. If you see someone doing something good, it's not bad to copy. Do it and proceed with it. That's what we are talking about. Embrace that. In school, while in school, manage your time very well. Do everything very well. Don't waste time here and there. Participate very well in the co-curricular activities. Even in my class, you must be able to tell me. You have to tell me what outside academics tunasomanga now and then, what else can you do? Yeah, be a good footballer there. Be a good volleyball, who knows? Even those who are playing for our country are ambassadors. Even those who are playing for Malkia strikers in the volleyball. Do you know they have their own profession? Some of them are teachers. Some of them are in the police. Some of them are doctors. Some of them are nurses. Some of them are accountants. But they are doing something outside academics. And it pays very well. So what am I saying? Also you, when in school, don't die in class. Be outside. Do something. Yeah, just be somewhere. Play football. There are very many games. Now, just to indoor games peke yake hapana. Napendanga outdoor. Okay, na if you love indoor games, ile tu ya autumiangi nguvu mingi sana, can you be an athlete? Before you come and play your indoor games, go to your school field and run like how many laps now? Just go and make several laps, 3, 2, depending on your energy. Then from there, your body will be okay. Now you play the indoor games. That one is good for your development and growth. How you get that? Yes. So the other thing about students, I've talked about. Okay, I'm not going to talk about time management. I say that I talked about it very well in my previous video, so you can just go back and recheck it. Just talk about what is the cost of your time. Kuna mahali, just search it. What is the cost of your time? And you will see it. You will find it doing very well. What is the cost of your time? Yeah, you will get how time is being managed very well. But for now, let me just mention one thing about revision. Then I will let you free. I promised to talk about 40 minutes. I think I'm past 40 minutes, but in the next 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you will allow me to conclude. Now, when reading, somebody told me, please don't repeat. For those who have my contacts that are seeing me posting on them status, and I say that the best method to master content, apply what you call cyclic revision. Cyclic revision. That is, you are in Form 2? Yes. Read from Form 1 up to where the teacher is. Ukimaliza, go back to Form 1 up to where the teacher is. Hii mara ya pili ukifika au utapata mwalimu kwa hiyo topic, utampata akiwa the next topic. Again, go back to form 1, come read along until where the teacher is. Apply this in all the subjects using different books. The first time, okay, let me pick my topic that my subject that I always use, chemistry. You've read chemistry topic number 1. It's called Introduction to Chemistry. Umeenda topic number 2, simple classification of substances. Umeenda topic number 3, acids, bases and indicators. Umeenda topic number 4, air and combustion. Topic number 5, water and hydrogen. Ukafika topic number 6 and you go form 2, inaitwa structure of the atom. Then ukiwa hapo, that is where now the teacher is, ukitumia KLB. Of course, while you are reading, you are handling some questions here and there. Kama kuna any difficult question, ask your friend, ask your teacher while reading. And it will take place very fast. Kumbuka, you are supposed to read very many times and you are also supposed to read other subjects. So umefikisha hapo kwa structure of the atom and the periodic table. Now, soma hiyo topic ishe, hata kama mwalimu hajafika mwisho, malizana na hiyo topic ishe. Then go back to form 1, use Longhorn. I'm just speaking Longhorn. Mpaka mwisho. The third one, find around if there is another book. Maybe your teacher has written a book or another textbook. Read it again from the beginning to the end. Then your class notes. Those are how many? 4. Let the cyclic continue. So by the end of one term, inafaa kuwa umesoma kama ni KLB from beginning to mpaka mwalimu wako, Longhorn, your class notes, and another book. How many? 4 times. It's called cyclic revisions. It is very sure in giving what? The results. It is a very sure way of getting what? The results. Cyclic revision. While doing the cyclic revision, also don't forget to do what you call topical questions here and there. Yes. So, do you have now, he now goes to the students, do you have all the notes in all your subjects? Most of you are doing 8 subjects. So, Mimi, to be very honest, if you can give a Form 2 student note, KLB, a Form 1 chemistry, you are only supposed to take a maximum of 1 day. That is, if there are no lessons, just reading, going for breaks, and ukiamua saa 2 umeshika KLB book 1 saa 2, hiyo ikifika jioni kama bado uko na hiyo kitabu, wewe uko na mchezo. Inafaa by saa 8 saa 9 umeweka kando, anza ya form 2. Ukiwa form 3, still apply what you call cyclic revision. While doing this, using various books, whatever was captured from one book will also be captured. Whatever was missed in one book will be captured by the other book. Sawa? Whatever has been captured in both books, it sticks to your long-term memory. You will be the best, I'm telling you. Try that one and see if it will give results. And the issue is, it is going to give you results. Well, what do you call it? We call it cyclic revision. Now, the 5th one, okay, in one term, then please try this. In fact, if you're supposed to read 4 times, while reading, be answering some questions. Now, the 5th time, that is 1 week to exam. 2 weeks to exam. Tafuta topical questions. If it is chemistry, tafuta 30 questions per topic. 30 questions, na isikuwe kwa written one, yani 30 questions imespread. 30 mahali huko. Then, inafaa 3 days to exam. You are supposed to be done revising. Kazi yako ni kutembea ukifunza wengine. Ukifunzwa kama kuna kitu haujui, enda ufunzwe, kuconsult. Ikifika time ya exam, yes, exam inaanza 8. Wewe hataona kitabu. You are just, vitabu ulimaliza nayo by 6:37, ukaenda breakfast, umerudi, you don't even read. Why? You prepared in advance. Unatembea uko na kalamu, everything yako kwa mkono. unapata mtu anasoma, naambia unasoma nini, unaangalia kwenye anasoma, wewe just relax, then wacha mtihani ifike, you will do it absolutely well. Having no one with a question, we want to conclude in the next 1 minute. Yes, we want to conclude. Let me check the other channels that we are also live to see whether anybody is having a question. But even if you will be watching this thing baadaye, any question you dropped there will be answered. You know, there are many teachers following, so don't worry about that. It will just be very well answered. So don't worry about that. Yeah. So let me check also the other channel. So what am I saying? Share this with your friends, with your groups, and everybody who is there to watch us. So otherwise, Mickey, we want to be out in the next few seconds. So thank you for watching. Thank you for following us. Until next time, this is Sir Alex, your ambassador of education, your academics coach. In case of any issue, you see us, you make a comment. My contacts are on the description section. Have a blessed